a path to find our way towards another lead on Cooper Black eventually. So I think I'm eager to maybe follow up on going to Neverwinter, and maybe the volcano there sounded like that could be a place
Could
that we
be.
might want to venture. So
I think
if we could find a way to sort of put Mirabar on a path to at least getting people out of the city and then go on our way, that would be my
stop, please.
preference.
I think that makes a lot of sense. If I would, for one, feel comfortable if we did set it on a path to, at least freedom for the downtrodden citizens here. I only brought up the part about the Red Hawks because I realized that some of them may be innocent and just caught up in General Droost's machinations, for lack of a better word. I'm sure there's a better word. Not for lack of a better.
Machinations is a great word, man.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use that one.
Well, what can we do? I mean, we should probably find out from Breezy and Neil how all the great things that they did to make sure that the citizenry can escape. And then once we know that it's safely taken care of, we can go on our way.
I like it.
All right. Do some of you want to take on the roles of Breezy and Neil? Do you want to act it out? Do you want to just have them give you their summary?
Oh,
I feel like I may have attempted to role play Neil last time or 2 times ago in a way that wasn't like characteristic Neil, and so I do regret like role playing him. Maybe battling with him is one thing, but I feel like I didn't do a good job of being Neil when it came down to talking and trying to interrogate people.
Well, I guess I'll put it this way. I'll say, so I couldn't remember if you were inside or outside of Drust's palace, but let's say you walk out of Drust's palace. Thrax is dressed like Drust, so you get outside, and as soon as you get outside, Breezy and Neil are coming back, and they're saying, "Okay, all right, we sort of scoped things out. What do you want to know?"
Well, how many innocents remain in the city?
Ooh, it's got to be 10,000.
Oh
Oh
wow!
my word.
It's several thousand. Yeah.
Are any of them capable of resistance or fighting, or are they all women and children? What remains?
I mean, yeah, quite a few of them are still in decent health, but to what end? I mean,
is taking up arms against the giants a lost cause? Should we just be focusing on getting them all out?
Do we have any of the Red Hawks that led us here, or did they take off when they dropped us off with Drust, I think?
I think they were dismissed.
Do we recall when we were talking with them on the way in, an estimate of like the number on how many frost giants there might be? Are we talking 100 or like 20 or?
100 is a low number. 100 plus.
Okay. I think that even with thousands of regular citizens, unless we had a seasoned army that was organized to try to stave off hundreds of giants, may be beyond what we could organize.
Seems like a heavy lift, yeah.
Who did you guys meet with? Was there any sort of organized resistance, or were they just kind of trying to?
Well, we walked off. We started walking towards the walls to check them out, and Melvin's friend from the temple met up with us, and he said, "No, there are a couple of options." He said, as Melvin suggested, we could use some of the older tunnels that go under the city, but don't quite lead out yet. We could tunnel in through those and get quite a few people out there, maybe that would not attract attention as quickly. The other way, which would attract attention immediately, but might still get the job done, is just knock the walls down somehow. Knock down a big enough portion of the walls, and they're not going to be able to keep people in.
Yeah.
So, one's more dramatic, but their days of keeping people in the city are over. The other is more subtle and maybe a little slower. And Breezy says, yeah, and I was talking about killing giants, and they just shook their head. They're like, you want to kill 1 or 2 giants, be my guest, but then you're going to be dead. And then, do you want to help the people of the city, or do you want to kill giants? And Breezy says that, and he says that, he's Brambrek, as a rhetorical question.
So I think Neil would be all about doing Move Earth. Isn't that what we did in a previous city?
Yeah,
Knocked a
Baldur's
pretty big
Gate.
hole in the wall. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it made a little tunnel.
Now he just needs to decide if he wants to move Earth above or below ground.
I kind of like the idea of using the existing tunnels to maybe make it less of a mayhem, although as you said, they probably couldn't stop us if we made a hole in the wall and just send 10,000 people out. They couldn't stop them all, but they could still kill or maim hundreds on the way out. So it might be better to take the advantage of stealth, sending them out underneath the city.
Yeah.
I think that sounds like a good plan. It worked once before. I think we should do it again.
Where should we send them to? Just neighboring villages, or should we have them like set up a makeshift camp near the mine or something where they and the orcs could set up a defense? I don't know.
Could they unite forces with the people who escaped from Baldur's Gate? Like, how far away is that as a march? Could we
That's
say?
days.
Oh, very far.
That's
Oh,
days.
All right.
Yeah.
Definitely good.
Yeah. Well, any thoughts that I had about trying to take out the giants are rapidly fading, unless there were some sort of leader that we could overthrow. But even then, they may have enough numbers to not worry about the overthrow of their champion. The frost giants are pretty brutal. Do they have like an organized structure or somebody like the cloud giants that could be like talked with, or is that a futile attempt? It's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So at this point, one of the the priest of Molora comes back up and joins your little mingling band and says, yeah, there is a leader. I mean, I'm glad you said negotiate and talk to, because I thought you were going to say challenge the single combat, because if you challenge them to single combat and beat them, they would just laugh at you and kill you then. So that wouldn't get you much done. Negotiating, I don't think that'll work either, but it's I thought you were going to say, can we defeat the leader, and that wouldn't do any good. So negotiating, and maybe there is a jarl, there is a jarl, forgive my accent. There is a jarl who's in charge. He's the guy with the, you might see him around. He has a big headdress with extra horns.
But unlikely to be persuaded, perhaps. Gentlemen, what say you? Should we
just walk up and
do
say,
the smart?
I challenge you to a duel in a big, in a creepy old Western voice.
Okay, in a creepy old Western voice, challenge him to a duel. That seems like the bolder, more brazen option, coming from someone who'll just disappear into an alternate dimension if they take any damage.
Yeah, seriously.
This is your homeland. Is that okay? Does it sit well with you if we play it smart and try to get as many out as possible and leave the city to its ruin?
The city is the people. Yes. If you get the people out, you've gotten the city out. I might have said something different a couple weeks ago, but that was before I saw the things I've seen.
I look at Thrax and in a kind of gesture to look for his approval as well.
Yeah, Drax gives a thumbs up, like subtly or something.
Now the priest does say, you know, the entrances to the old mines are guarded by frost giants, so that's something we'll have to figure out.
Do we think the frost giants actually care about the mines and the output, or are they just doing it to like, I mean, like they were like, well, you'll keep the city calm and then the red hands can take, or the red hawks rather, can take care of the mines.
You know, Drew's journal didn't mention much about the frost giants as part of the
Yeah, it was all about shock.
dealings. Trying to remember how they were enlisted. I mean, obviously they were sent here as part of this giant invasion of the realm, which I blame on Cooper Black, but I guess we don't have any way to prove or disprove that yet. Jay, do we have any more information on that? I don't remember. As far as the motivations of the frost giants. If we haven't been told, then I guess we haven't been told. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think so. Why don't you give me a nature check with advantage?
Okay.
I assume you're all putting your heads together on this. Hey, big
25.
guy. What's that?
Oh,
20 power too then, man, if we're all putting our heads together.
25.
There you go.
Okay. I will say that, hey, such comfy jammies.
oh, look at those. Got the Christmas PJs on.
They're baby Yodas.
Oh my God.
Ah,
Are they really?
They
Oh,
are.
yes, they are.
Christmas baby Yodas.
Nice.
And Boba Fett as well.
Oh
Is
yeah,
it?
Boba.
Boba.
That's Mr. Fett to you.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
That
he's
hair
got
is
more hair than you do,
amazing.
Dave.
That hair
Yep,
is
he has now passed you in the hair department.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Ah,
What?
Look at his little
Can you
baby
say hi?
Yoda.
Can you wave hi real quick though?
Oh, hey. There you go. He's got a trick.
Yeah,
Hi.
his new trick.
There it is.
ah.
There it is. There it is. There it is. There
He's
it
good
is.
at waving and now saying
Hi.
hi and bye. Yeah,
Hi.
you like that, huh?
Hi. Hi.
Okay. You gonna go to
Leo,
bed?
we're going to be waking you up at 1 in in a few months.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, no, you go to bed. Oh,
Oh,
you gotta go to bed, buddy.
Night night.
Quite bedtime yet.
Mm.
I'm gonna see if we can stretch.
okay. So you think about, with the exception of the stone giants, you think about what the various giants have been doing. I mean, the hill giants came in and got food. The cloud giants are lording their superiority over lesser people. Sounds like the fire giants are building stuff, and the frost giants are wreaking havoc. So certainly, you know that all the giants are doing sort of what they would want to do if left to their own devices. So as far as what motivate, you don't know any more than you know, but it seems like people gave them a nudge of saying, hey, do you want to go do what you'd like to be doing anyhow?
Giant's gonna giant. Yeah.
Giant's gonna giant.
Does that answer your question? Was like how they got involved with this or what their role was?
Yeah. I just didn't want to speak out of turn and say that they were, really just here to be
I
enslaving
guess
people.
if the city empties out, do we have any expectation that they're gonna leave or stay if like their sort of sport of wreaking havoc? I don't know if they want to wreak havoc on people versus, property destruction.
Yeah, if they don't have the small folk to watch and
Because we've
torture
they've
and
enjoyed
pick on,
watching
then
the small folk.
they may take off anyway. So, I mean, again, the Red Hawks would be here, and they may start taking it out on the Red Hawks, trying to make them fight each other or something. But if we can get as many of the innocents out as possible, we can leave a message with the Red Hawks and say, hey, if you're loyal to the city, leave now.
Yeah.
by your own way.
Did I hear from the priestess that we need to remove some frost giants near the entrance to the old mines, or find a way to get those removed?
Or find a new entrance, or make a new entrance.
Or just make a new entrance, yeah, that could connect up at some place where they aren't. That would be the best thing.
I still think that's probably got to be less carnage than going out through one of the sidewalls where there are dozens of
Yeah,
giant
I'm all in
footsteps.
favor of the stealth approach. I think that's definitely the way to go.
Yeah,
So do we ambush a giant? Do we observe, like, do the giant guards have a routine of changing of the guards kind of stuff? Or does everybody just hang out and brutalize whatever they're guarding?
Or I mean, if there was another way to make an alternate path into the tunnel past the guards, that would be really the best thing.
There we go. Our own tunnel.
Just meet up with it a little further along, you know?
how can we notify all the citizens of what's going on? Are people staying in scattered little settlements? Or do we have a way that we can disseminate this information quickly tonight? Maybe animal messengers or something?
Maybe the priestess has a way to a network in the city. Seems like she would be well positioned.
Ask a local.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't have any great ideas. She does say, yeah, people have been sort of huddling together in larger areas, like quite a few are living in the temple. Some of the larger buildings have people huddling together because so many people's houses have been destroyed. So we're a little more clumped up than before times.
Let's tunnel from the temple. Well, I don't know. Is the temple like up on top of something? Like a big ziggurat? Because we wouldn't want to start a tunnel there.
No, it's on ground level.
It's like a temple in Houston.
The move earth, or what, not move earth, but whatever his spell is limited on how much it can tunnel at any given time, and he can only do it once a day or something. So we may want to get as close as we can to where the old tunnels are, and then create this alternate path to get more people through. Let's see, my campaigns, Neil.
Yeah, he's got both move earth and pass wall, which I'm looking at what those mean.
Pass walls, let's see, that's a shorter duration if I remember, but you can make like a 10-foot wide passage or something.
Aren't we in a town full of miners?
Yeah, but how long will it take to? Oh shoot! So yeah, it's the pass wall can make for an hour. It can make an opening through something. Doesn't require any concentration or anything. 5 foot wide, 8 feet tall, and 20 feet deep. And then,
Yeah. So what about Melvin's suggestion of rallying the townsfolk to dig a mine? Start singing "Diggy Diggy Hole," that kind of thing.
Diggy diggy wide, diggy diggy low.
Oh,
I think we need to do something quicker. I think that was probably going to draw the attention of the enemy at some point, because I think that's going to take potentially days and days. I think,
but we'll just have them, like, when they're out for their daily exercise, they can just take the dust out of their pockets and subtly, no one will see it. I mean, it'll take a while, but
hide it behind a picture of a Goliath girl and just like a little. tattered bikini. So how about this, High Priestess?
Yeah, when you talk about sort of opening up temporary holes, the priestess does say, yeah, we've got miners. If you open a temporary hole, we can, start, chipping away from it. That'll get us on both sides and chip away, and
There we go.
All right.
that
So
we
yeah,
can work with.
we need you to organize a crew for that and get us to the right place.
Could we,
And we'll provide the defense against the giants while we do this. And we've got our bard with the lyre of building to help clear this stuff out.
hey, how much can we teleport? How many people can we teleport? Because like, if we could
Not that many.
teleport, well, if we could teleport a handful of miners into one of the tunnels to dig essentially up while everyone else is digging down, they could be closing off the tunnel from the guarded entrance.
It would be, I have to be able to see where they're going.
Okay.
What about yours, Aaron?
Let's see. So yeah, I think I also have to see the
Destination.
the destination, you're thinking my arcane gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to be able to, it's a point that I can see, I believe. Let me double check, but I'm 90% sure that's the case. Yeah, 2 points I can see.
Let's so we need a way to notify everyone that this is what we're doing, and we need to go to the place that we think it needs to be done, and we can have Neil start by getting us a big hole, and hopefully it will connect us to one of these old mines, and then the miners that we've assembled can kind of expand this and make sure it's big enough that we can get 10,000 people out through this path.
So Neil's hole only lasts for an hour though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
what
mean,
happens if we
priestess-
dig a hole and then we dig some out from underneath or
Yeah.
from the edges, and then like, does just the part that he took
What if
out
we-
appear after an
What
hour?
if we
So it's like
met with a
forest?
miner and actually talked with people who know what they're doing?
Yeah, I like it.
Is there a
Let's
union?
go talk to
of
the miners
miners?
union. Yeah, the miners union.
Yeah,
Go
I mean,
talk to
that's
the
what
local.
that's what the priestess
Local
was saying. I mean,
42.
she's lived in this city for long enough that she knows a thing about mines. And yeah, she was saying if you open up a temporary hole, we could have people sort of chip away at the sides and make it so that there's still something there.
Oh, I see. Okay, I missed that part. I like the idea of talking to the local though, the miners local.
I mean, I'd be happy to call that done, but if we want to role play it out, that's fine too.
The priestess says it's got it covered. Can we say we talk to people and they're like, yeah, do it, we'll make it happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
the main
All
thing
right.
she says is she's like, if you could distract the giants somehow while this is happening. I mean, we're talking about moving a lot of people sort of surreptitiously around the city, making sure they don't stumble across anything we do. If your distraction is big enough, maybe you could get them away from some of those mine entrances because they aren't the most interesting things to them. So maybe that would give us a couple entrances. So
We
I think
can do it.
in addition
Yeah.
to making these magical holes, the best thing you could do is help make a distraction.
Absolutely. I happen to know that there's an orc army parked outside your city. I'm sure we could play battle them.
Yeah, we could tell the giants there's going to be a small people battle between orcs and Octopodemos.
All right.
How many
You gotta
giants
use
do you
the-
think we'll need to
Or at least
distract?
Octopodemos. What's that?
How many giants will we need to distract? Like,
At least the ones by the mine entrances, I guess.
Yeah, just make something interesting happen. They're probably getting bored these days. Not enough killing.
I think this is where Neil could do a concert, right?
I think they like fighting, mostly fighting.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I think we should just come up with the most outlandish fight we can come up with. We could use the cloak of billowing. We could use the, I don't know. We have some various things that make giant. We can use some of our.
What was the script for WrestleMania 10? Let's just do that. Like,
Let's
whatever
just do
it was.
that.
Yeah.
We need a cage first of all, I think,
Pretty sure we need a cage. Yeah.
or maybe that was Hell in a Cell. I mean, we could have a challenge. I could lock my immovable rod somewhere. We could challenge the giants to move the rod. I'm thinking more like a carnival kind of vibe, though.
Uh,
was
We've
sweet.
got
that's so romantic, Jay. I can't even.
I think it was us and George Patinos, as far I recall correctly. Anyway,
awesome.
okay, so they grab Neil. They say, "Okay, we'll take this one. Help us dig the holes. City rat, can you go around and spread some messages?" And they tell him various places where there are lots of population centers gathered, and then you're watching Breezy, and then he's not there, which you just take to mean, okay, he's vanished into the alleys somewhere. So they're like, okay, get us a distraction and we'll get these holes built and we'll get people gathered.
Rambrick, you want to go pick a fight with a giant?
Absolutely. I don't think that's the distraction that we want, but yeah.
Damn.
I thought we were gonna. I like the orc idea. I think doing a play battle with the orcs seems exactly correct.
How are we going to communicate to the orcs that that's what's going on?
We've got the paper birds and we kind of told
You
them, hey, get close and be nearby. And we'll
Yeah,
send
we
the
can
paper
go parlay
bird.
with them first.
Yeah, we could go message with them. I mean, it's not.
And we can do it in person even, and then tell
Yeah.
them we're staging a battle.
Okay.
So, do we use the paper birds or woo mind magic to do it? But I think we should tell them to meet us outside the city and explain the situation to them, that we need to have an elaborate battle between Octopodemos and the orcs to distract the giants and provide entertainment. And then we can also use it as an opportunity perhaps to show that the orcs are not all bad and they could work with the dwarfs on the Mithril mine.
Okay. I like that.
Two birds, one
So
Goliath.
moved. So yeah, we'll send the paper birds.
Saying we'll meet outside the city at 3 miles north of the city on the road to the mine or something.
I like it.
Yeah.
And then we will head out.
And then we go to the place where we tell them we're going to.
Yes.
Does that mean we get a long rest between now and then? Or have we had one already?
Maybe a short rest, huh? Are we going today? We got to find a place to do a long rest.
They're working on getting people together as soon as possible.
Okay. All right, then.
Yeah. And maybe we can take a wagon and take a short rest while we go out there or something. If the DM will allow.
Well, what is the plan? How are you getting out of the city?
Do we think it's going to be difficult to get out of the city?
I mean, it's not trivial.
Is it guarded by red hawks that Thrax could, be dressed around, or is it
Sure.
guarded by giants?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, a combination of both. But yeah, that's right. You're general dressed. So, yeah, okay. So
Yeah. So we could lead on. We're off to protect the. We've heard that there's a party of troublemakers outside. So let's see if we can talk our way through the gates that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you walk up and the gate there happens to be the an extra tall frost giant with like a big thing with horns. He was described as the Jarl, so he's actually there talking to some of the guys while you walk up to the gates.
Okay, so
General.
Carl.
Jarl. So Drax is going to tell him that we've heard reports of troublemakers. We're going to scout them out. With your permission, oh, comrade.
Trouble? Who's causing trouble?
We don't know. That's why we're going to scout them out.
Yes. How smart are frost giants?
I mean, not so much.
Unfortunately, neither is Thrax. Yeah. So may we pass?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Kill the troublemakers.
All right. So let's get through and go meet those orcs.
And Brambrek, he looks at you especially as you're walking through. He didn't expect to see a Goliath coming through. Says, small one.
We still have our Red Hawk like insignias with us,
Like our
right?
sashes on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, small one. What brings you
Yeah.
here?
I'm going to help in the mine to the north.
Help. Fight. Do you go to fight?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. You get a slap on the back that give me a strength saving throw to see how you respond to this friendly slap on the back. Is that a 1? Okay. Yeah, you actually fall. You catch yourself. You don't literally land on your face, but you fall down. And he says, yes, do your fighting, small one. We frost giants, we do fighting too now. We were kept from fighting for so long. And do you keep listening? Do you walk on?
Yes, I keep listening.
Yes. Yeah, we were kept from fighting. The storm giants.
Who could keep such a mighty giant as yourself from fighting?
10,000 years ago, the storm giant sat on a throne made of dragon skulls, the worm skull throne. It was a sight to behold. Dead dragons sitting on their thrones. All giants honored who sat on that throne. And that was the storm giants. But 10,000 years have passed. And we kept our respect for them. But it's been a long time since anyone has sat on the worm skull throne. So why should we keep respecting them? The storm giants haven't come to see us in almost a century. That's it. The respect is gone. Frost giants will follow no other giant. Unless someone else sits on the throne of dead dragons, we are our own giants. That's it. And some of the more studious of you remember that the hill giants also mentioned the worm skull throne that was sort of a source of intergiant power. Hunter's poking at the screen frantically.
Brambrick, you want to ask him where the throne is?
Yeah, I was just going to answer AP, but we haven't found. We've asked, and we were trying to get more information. It's some far off, like hidden area where the storm giants live. So no one's been able to tell us how to get there.
Have you seen the throne?
Yeah. Why doesn't he sit on the throne?
I would if I see the throne. If you see the throne, General Drust, I will sit on it. You will sit next to me. We will rule all giants and rule this whole land.
That sounds great. Where is the throne?
Lost. I don't think it can be destroyed, but it hasn't been seen in 10,000 years. Lost. That would be quite the prize. Then frost giants would rule all giants if we sat on that throne.
Hmm.
Have you looked for the throne? How did it disappear?
For centuries, the throne was missing, but we still paid honor to the storm giants out of its memory. So, no. Only recently have we all realized that that memory is long ago and we can do what we want.
I would love to sit beside you on that throne. If you tell me a way to find it, I will move earth and more earth.
Well, we'll stay here for now with the sport you've given us. But speaking of sport, what are these troublemakers? Is that going to lead to some sport on your end?
It may.
There may be fighting.
Ha! Small folk fighting. Dress, give me persuasion with advantage.
Eight?
Well, good sport to you.
General, General, you know that these are likely the same orc band that we've heard of traveling through here. It could be a fairly difficult fight and maybe quite
Well,
a
then
bit
you
of,
will die.
no, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to General Drust.
Oh.
But you're doing it in a hearing. Yeah.
Yeah. General, these are orcs.
Good death
This
to you,
could be-
General Drust.
This could be quite a entertaining, or excuse me, could be quite a challenging battle. Even with as mighty of warriors as you've surrounded yourself with.
Jarl, would you like to accompany us?
I
To
would.
fight your fights for you?
To observe.
To observe your death?
To honor my memory.
A good death is always worth observing. Yes, I will come with you. So he's going to walk with you.
Excellent. Should we try to lead some more of his people away
Go meet the orcs
to go meet the orcs?
before we parlay with them.
So
Yeah.
I'll scribble to the orcs that we're going to stage a battle with them, with the frost giants watching in order to distract their leader. And I'll send that paper bird.
Excellent.
And then I'll send another one giving them an approximate time of our arrival. And then the code word will be Jenga. To begin fighting. So, -2.
Okay, so if you're walking along the road, the Jarl is walking with you.
Wait,
He brought some
Okay.
buddies with him, right?
It's
He doesn't
consumable.
go anywhere alone. He brought some buddies, right?
Why does it say that it's
I mean,
consumable?
there are frost giants periodically throughout the road. We established that.
Is Breezy with us? Can we-
No, Breezy was like going around the city spreading the word.
Okay, so
Max can do
obviously I
anything
think we
he can.
should meet up with the orcs and then turn and kill off the Jarl, right?
I mean, are you saying that
Maybe.
out loud?
No, I mean, right.
I mean, you could be like, Khalifa.
I'm sorry, I missed the question. I was not paying attention.
I think the question is how much we can talk about our plans while the Jarl is walking along beside us.
Oh,
And I
Yeah,
think the answer is I should have hung out on the back channel a little bit more.
we're fine. We're going the right way. And I've sent the letters, so I'll just kind of give you a knowing nod as we continue to walk.
All right. And so, I mean, you can tell when you're talking to the Jarl, if you had, if this is sufficiently entertaining, he was thinking about calling in some of his people to watch with him, but you weren't sufficiently convincing that this would be entertaining. But there's still,
There's come.
if it's entertaining enough, then the goal is distraction.
So is it just him then, or is it?
It's just him, yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, again, there are giants like along the road. He's not the only giant you can see, but
So we do have a chance to gang up on him, but that wouldn't necessarily help. So maybe a power struggle
like it
among the
wouldn't really help.
giants might be a distraction.
Did we by any chance take a short rest prior to setting out to talk to the Jarl and leave the city?
no.
That's what I was afraid of.
But our short legs, they get tired fast.
Look, you're only damaged by 32, Daddy.
You got your wits.
That would even clear Hunter out.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need to suggest a short rest. What do you guys think? Don't you think?
I know just as fast
Maybe-
as this Jarl is walking, I'm just getting all
Perhaps-
tired out trying to keep up.
Perhaps, General, you would want your minstrel to inspire us before this.
He's
Battle.
not with us either, is he?
No, he's not.
Oh,
And
dang
what
it.
minstrel?
Yeah, good idea though.
Yeah,
Oh,
never
Neil.
mind. That was dumb.
It's gonna get.
Your holy man could bless us while we get ready. I don't know if you have any
I could certainly, if I still have some spell slots for, I could cure some wounds for sure.
So you're walking along, and the Jarl is saying, "So where are these troublemakers? Where were they spotted? Who are you going
Our
to get to
scouts
deal with
indi-
them? Just this group?"
Our scouts indicated that they would be some 3 miles north of the city.
3 miles. Boring.
Well, couldn't General, if we don't want the Jarl to be bored, perhaps the General would suggest to the Jarl that he return to the city and we bring the troublemakers to him.
There we go. General, would you like us to lure the troublemakers to the border of the city so that you and your men could observe?
Yes. Yes.
Then we
men
shall
love
do
to
so.
see a good small folk fight. Will there be much death?
There should be
Many,
much-
many deaths.
Almost
Many
certainly.
death.
Almost certainly.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yes. And please let your men know that they should have something to watch here in 2 hours
2 hours.
at the north gate or whichever gate this is.
Yes. Yes. My men need entertainment. They need to see small folk death. When we crush a small folk, it's so easy. But watching you struggle together, always funny.
The owl hoots at them.
Yes. Good death to you, General, and he give me a strength saving throw. He smacks you on the back.
"22.
Yeah, you stay very steady on your feet as you're
Laugh
smacked
it
with
off.
a hand about the size of Brambrack. Okay. And he walks back to the gate of the and starts talking to people who then start walking around. All right. So short rest.
Yeah, so I think we'll head out of eyesight,
sight?
ear sight.
Yep.
and Have a short rest and then go up and meet with the orcs.
Okay.
We need to come up with a bunch of fake blood too. Or real blood. Can we harvest a bunch of blood? Animals.
Hey, Thrax, I will cure your wounds
Awesome.
to the tune of looks like 18. That was a really crappy roll. That can't be true.
That brings me up to 48 hit points.
Here, I'll do it. I will do it again. This time 34. So a total of what was that? 52 altogether.
All right. 82 is more like it.
Who else is in a bad way? I have one more slot. I have three.
Melvin or Khalifa, I guess.
Do Khalifa first.
No, I'm good. I'm doing hit dice.
All right, Melvin, we'll heal you. For 26.
I'm such a frost giant.
Thank you. All right, 59. Trying to see what I could contribute to this.
We also have some potions of healing, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, if we need some of that, we got
Do a
some of
boat
that.
race.
Chug some potions.
Everybody good then? Shall we go meet?
Good to go.
We're battling.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Actually, I'm going to use some hit dice too, since
Yeah.
we're taking a short rest.
I'm going to use my last two hit dice as well. Ooh, nice.
Did I not take any damage in the last battle?
Don't know.
That was against the
No.
oozes and the
the-
mechanical birds.
Rug.
It's possible.
I was levitating in the corner, so I came out pretty well.
It's possible.
And the Red Hawks. Not the Red Hawks, but the statue guys. Is that right?
Yeah, they
Mhm.
Is that the
mostly
red battle?
attacked me and Thrax.
And I guess I just went around stunning people, so I didn't have any key points left, but I had all my hit points. Anyway, all right.
Okay.
Hey,
I
Khalifa.
want to know what cool stuff we're gonna do to entertain these giants.
You take a short rest, and as you're finishing binding your wounds, you can sort of see off in the horizon the orcs are sort of like gathering on the edge of the woods and peeking their heads out, trying to see what's going on. And I'll say that's off the road, so not in the view of the various guards and frost giants.
Hey, Khalifa. I cast Goodberry and created 10 berries. So I'm just gonna hand them to you and tell you to eat them.
Oh, I healed up with all my hit
Oh, you did?
dice. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm at 74. I just didn't update the initiative thing. Sorry.
Ah, okay.
I'll update it right now. Sorry about that.
I will walk that back then. Never mind.
Yeah.
Retcon. Blue, 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 blue.
I might have been on mute. I was doing all my hit dice. Okay, I'm good. 74. So yeah, we need to communicate with our orcish allies what the plan is. How are we going to feign death and gore and make this entertaining? Are we going to do we have any any method of like faking bleeding and injury? I'm sure the orcs would be happy to actually fight.
I mean, we can just fight and agree not to do killing shots.
Yeah, we could do that.
Leave people stunned and dazed on the battlefield.
And tell the orcs that if as long as they stave off from any killing blows, then the mine will be their reward or something like that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
I mean, that's their goal, right? Is they want to have the mines say, look, we've figured out a plan to do so.
We're gonna empty the city, and if you help us empty the city, the dwarfs will look favorably upon you.
Well, I don't even know
You
if
can
we have
share
to
the
tell them.
mine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we have a plan to empty the city and turn the dwarves to respect them, but it requires us distracting the giants with a glorious looking battle.
Okay, so are you walking up to them and telling them this at this point?
Yeah, should we all walk, or should just we send a couple, or who? I don't remember who among us like really struck the bargain with them before. Was it mostly Thrax or?
So Thrax did a lot of it, but Thrax is currently dressed up like General Drust, and I don't really trust the orcs to get the whole disguise thing.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
Well,
you and I can go Khalifa.
Okay.
I mean, Thrax, you're wearing the hat of disguise, right?
Oh yeah, I can turn that off, right?
Yeah.
It just toggles. You got a little switch.
Back
so
to the good old dread helm.
So then how about me and Bram will just go and talk to them and say, thank you for coming, allies. We've
Well, do all of you go up?
We can, I guess.
Yeah.
I was thinking it could just be me and Bram Brick.
They look at Melvin and they say, where's your little friend? He was fun.
He's in town slaying slaying giants.
Oh,
I
that
bet
was-
he
okay.
is. That kid had spunk.
Well,
Sitting here
develop
trying to remember, when did I
plan,
introduce him to my little friend?
My little friend.
we have a way to get to return the mines to your ancestral line, and we think we can turn the dwarves of the city to your favor, but we need to stage a battle in sight of the city to distract the giants. So
have the dwarves agreed to this?
Know that.
Have the dwarves of Mirabar agreed to this?
They have. I guess that's who the high priestess is, right? Is she's a dwarf?
So the dwarves that drove them out was General Drust. So we can tell them we killed General Drust.
Cheer goes up.
Yeah, but there are many innocents that remain in the city that were not party to his self-serving plans for power and domination. So we need to free them so that they can live to reestablish the community and hopefully become allies to trade with you after you develop the mine.
And then they say, we paid you to kill the giants and to drive the giants away from our mine. Is that part of this plan?
The giants
are dead at the mine.
Yeah, the giants have left the mine.
We killed the giants at the mine.
All All right, that goes over well. How many?
There were 4 giants and a number of red hawks guarding it, I believe.
All the giants that were
Four-
there, we
4
killed.
dead giants is a good start.
Much like lawyers on the bottom of the sea.
Boy,
Yeah, so this is our plan to help drive the giants out of the city by taking away their playthings of the dwarves that they've been subjugating for so long. So if we can accomplish this exodus, then the giants will leave. We can kill we can kill 4 giants at a time as long as we want, but there's still going to be dozens
That
left. We have
sounds
to figure out-
great.
we have to figure out a way to get them all gone, not just a few here and there.
We paid you a lot of gold to get the giants away from the mine.
And the giants
there
are
now?
gone from the mine.
They are. We're
We
getting
did,
them
we
out of
did
the
it.
city so that they
Send
don't
one
go
of
back. To
send one of your men to find out.
Did we actually take their gold?
Yeah, I think we did. I think they paid in advance. That's what Jay said.
Okay.
So what is this plan? What do you want us to do now?
The mine is yours. In order to keep the giants from coming back to the mine, we need to evacuate the city so they have no more slaves to send over there. If we distract the giants who enjoy watching the small folk fight, then the rest of our party
Small
can-
folk, like your friend with the drums?
Sure. Smaller than giants. Then we can deplete them of their resources to use the mine, and they'll leave.
We hope.
What do you want us to do?
We want you to fight. We know you love fighting.
Yeah! Big cheer goes up.
We
Who?
just don't want to kill anybody.
We're fighting each other,
we want
Yes.
you to fight
Yeah.
us.
but not kill each other. Well, we already did that once. He
And it was
slaps you on the
fun,
back,
wasn't
Melvin.
it?
You're gonna make me disappear again? That was freaky. Where was I? It was sort of nice. It was like a pasture.
It was a
flowers, lot of
place
trees.
and it wasn't a place at the same time. Don't think too hard about it.
You're a smart one. Why do you let him carry the big book? You're the smart one.
I just like to let him feel good about himself.
Good plan. All right, so we'll shove each other around, draw a little blood, not kill each other, entertain the giants, and that's the plan.
Do you have any extra blood? Like, is there blood that you guys just carry around that we could like throw in the air and have all?
Do you have
of
any
it?
cows? Do you have any cows? Could we butcher a
Yeah,
cow?
yeah.
Like
Well,
get some big bags of blood.
While we were waiting for you, we caught a couple
Maybe
deer.
some pigs. Ooh, deer, that'd be good. Deer blood would be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pig blood.
Yeah, what do you want to do with the deer?
Anything.
We got blood, we got viscera, we got
Perfect. Let's get it
brains.
all. Let's put it into little bags. Distribute it around our persons.
All
and
right.
then Cause them to
Have you-
explode at the proper
Have you
time.
seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
No. I've seen saws. I've seen massacres with saws. That gets you halfway there.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, they've got
Only
a couple
two deer,
deer.
though?
They
Yeah,
killed.
can we get a couple more? Couple more?
I don't know, Melvin, can you?
See anything around? Pick
Uh,
us up some deer.
Should I make
cows.
Melvin do a
they're
survival
all over
check?
the place.
Should this all depend on
Cattle.
Melvin's survival check? I mean, yeah, the especially with the lack of hunters in the past couple of weeks, the game is even less skittish than usual. So
Stick
yeah,
them on
what
the
do you want to
ground.
get?
14.
Okay, yeah. You get you get some large woodchucks. and one more deer.
Wait,
Which
I
is
thought
Alright.
I got one. I thought I got one deer for each of the.
you get 14 deer.
I got 14 deer.
What, Daddy? Huh?
Well, that's good. I mean, there are a lot of us, there are a lot of orcs.
Yes,
Everybody
but I
needs like a packet of
Use
viscera
your
and
bathroom before the
blood
battle
upon their
starts.
body, right?
How long does it?
Somewhere.
Oh,
Hurry up.
Yeah, the
Hey,
orcs mostly have like hide armor, so they take some
Well,
of
so
the.
yeah, we take like the deer stomachs, right? We pour the blood in there, we tie a little knot in either end.
and then
Apply that in
I'm gonna pack them
Deer
into the
hearts.
rat. I'm gonna pack them into the raton laveur. We've got a raccoon full of an infinite supply of blood bags.
Doesn't one of us have some sort of hideous butcher, like
Yeah.
butcher's
Oh,
apron
yeah.
or something?
That was
That was in
That was the
the
drow.
drow.
PJ's drought.
Akaton.
Okay.
Oh, that was pretty cool. So we do have the cloak of billowing, right? Don't
And
we
the
also
hat
have
of
the
vermin.
helm of dread or dread helm or what's
Yeah,
the
that's
helm? or
Drax
something?
wears that.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
got that
by the
on
way,
all the
we can
time?
also pull out from the hat of vermin. We can pull out additional things to use for. Our,
Yes,
Yes!
yes. How many
I
rats can
pull
we
out
pull out of
I
there?
pull out some vermin, I kill it, and I throw the blood on somebody. That's great.
How many experience points do you get for that?
Oh, you're all now level 14.
I'm just gonna farm my way up to. Oh, Breezy has the hat of vermin.
Oh, too bad. That was
What else
not
do we have
thinking
that
ahead.
looks really cool, but that doesn't really? I mean, we've got minor illusion, but that's not very big, right? It's 5
Not at
feet
all.
by 5 feet. But that could make like a explosion kind of action.
I wonder if
Look.
the holy symbol of Ravenkind, could be used to like create a big flash of sunlight.
We have a
that
color
make
spray
them look-
scroll. We could do that.
Yeah.
Color spray would be good.
Or we
Can
could
you
just
turn?
fight.
Oh, we also have the decanter of endless water. Could you turn the water, make the water bloody?
Who are you,
That'd
be cool.
Jesus?
We could just like.
Vampire Jesus, please turn this
This is gonna
water
be
to
a-
blood.
Maybe we should have a naval battle. That would be good.
Many years ago, Allison surprised me by taking me to Army of Darkness, the musical or whatever. Or no, it was the Evil Dead, the musical. And they had
Awesome.
like all these like spraying like blood and everything all over the place. It was hilarious. We were like in the front in the splash zone. So she had bought us like white t-shirts to wear.
It's like a Guar concert.
Like a
Like,
Guar
yeah,
concert,
exactly.
yeah. I still remember the first rock and roll concert of any sort that I ever took a Kill Merchant to, that a Kill Merchant ever went to, was when I took him to see Guar. And we were all completely hosed out. I think it was Geston and Carl Haushalter. It was freshman year, and my car got towed, as it always did. So the four of us are walking down Washington Avenue at 2 a.m, covered with fake
Covered
bodily
with-
fluids, looking for a payphone to try to call. We had just moved into the dorm, so we don't actually know our own numbers. So Carl has to call Jenny in California and wake her up, who then like looks up phone number. It was, yeah. Yeah, poor Akil. So basically what we're after is a Guar concert scene here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right.
We want heads to go flying. So we should make some fake heads probably. We could probably use some of the.
All right,
some of the
I'm gonna
orc
say
helmets, make some
at this
fake
point, you're
helmets.
making your way back to the city. You're making your plans. You're talking to the orcs, and they're like, they're just supporting all your ideas. And you come, and there's a decent collection of frost giants on the wall. Like a significant portion of the city's frost giants have come to the wall to see this. All right, so I want that's all 6 of you. That's roll for initiative. The 6 of you, and I'm going to want each of you to describe for me what you're doing, and then give me an appropriate skill check. It could be performance is the most obvious, but if you want to have another skill that you give me,
Okay.
All right.
I think as we're approaching, we should sort of like come running out into toward the city, and then as we like see that the giants are there, we turn right away to like face the orcs. So it
To
looks
face
like
the
we
orcs, and then the
lured
orcs
them
can all
into our
come.
trap.
That's right. The orcs can all come charging down behind us. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfect.
all right.
And
So
we're-
like the orcs were chasing you, but then you act like, haha, we have you where we
Haha, we
Exactly.
trapped you. Yeah,
Like
exactly.
we want it to very much look like we were fleeing just to get them to be ready to fight here for the giants.
Exactly.
All right. So what's the order here? I
I'm
don't
waiting
care,
for
just-
Khalifa and Schmax. What do you got?
So I'll run up. I'll
What-
dump.
Uh,
What's your initiative, Khalifa?
Oh, 18. It's on. Someone already put it on there. Oh no, that's Ariel. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 18 also.
Okay.
I'll put it on
and
there.
Schmax, what do you have?
Oh, I don't have a whatchamacallit up. Sorry.
I said you got a 21 somehow.
21. Okay, there you go. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I rolled, but I don't have it up
All
to
right.
see what I
So
rolled.
I think I'm going first. So I
Oh,
am
sweet.
literally gonna run at the biggest of the orcs and take a real friggin' swing at him. Like,
Okay.
like, I mean, it's an orc. He's a big tough dude.
And
we're
it's a
gonna play
club.
fight, but we're still gonna like fight.
Well,
Yeah.
give me a skill check. Give me a skill roll. It could be athletics. That's probably
I guess
most
it's
appropriate.
probably, yeah, I guess it's athletics. That seems reasonable. 16, not particularly great.
Yeah, I mean it's you. What's your weapon again? Oh, well, what is your weapon? Are you using the shield or the mace?
I'm not using the shield because I don't want to give away that General Drust is dead.
Okay.
So I'm just using the mace.
All right, so you clock it in the head. It's got sort of like a hide helmet as well as hide armor. So it's probably for the best that if this is a real fight, you'd be a little disappointed, but it does bounce off its hide helmet and it looks a little shaken. It exaggerates how shaken it looks, but that's okay.
Nice. Okay.
Hey.
I thought that's a good start.
Yeah,
So
who's
I'm
next?
gonna run. I'm gonna do like a vault off of Brambrecht's back, and I'm gonna land on the shoulders of the closest orc. And then I'm gonna as I punch down, I'm gonna grab the bag of deer blood that I've been hiding under here. And so as I smash down, it's just gonna explode in a mist. So I'm gonna say that's an acrobatics check,
Sure.
if you're cool with that. So that'll be a 10.
A 10.
I have a +9.
All right. Yeah, it worked
Oh,
pretty.
man.
The
So
problem
maybe
is
I
you jump up
missed.
on Brambeck and then you fall back to the ground.
Right.
And then you have to
the bag.
climb up the side of the orc, and the orc is sort of looking at you. But then you do get up there and you do the bag smashing, and the orc says, "Oh, my head."
Perfect.
All right, Thrax is next. So Thrax is going to run at a Thrax-sized orc. All right, and he is going to pull out his battle axe, and close to his belly, he has a bag. Nobody can really see what's there, right? So he takes the battle axe and he makes 3 or 4 different whacks. So that at the last minute, he's turning, so it's only hitting with the flat of the axe, right? And each time he makes one of these thwacks, right? He's trying to make things look like he's actually dismembering this orc. So he is releasing vermin, rodents that have little bitty body parts of gore, deer gore attached to them, right? And so they're covered with blood, and so you get these wiggling, disgusting bits of stuff coming out from this orc who's being attacked, and it's all squirming around on the ground, and people are getting sick. It's just, yeah. All right, and I'm going to call that animal handling.
Okay,
So let's see.
with advantage.
With
advantage.
Okay.
That deserves advantage.
All right. Well, I got a natural 20 +5, so 25. with my
Oh
first roll.
yeah. So this is something they've never seen. It's like it like looks like this thing is being hacked to death and little things are coming out of it. And the Jarl pulls out a big like a war type horn, and he blows it. And then you see you hear the ground starts shaking as you see other giants appear at the wall. I mean the crowd is increasing after you did this. This is drawing a crowd,
Excellent.
literally.
Nice.
And there's much cheering and celebrating going up from the wall.
One of the 18s next.
You can go ahead, Khalifa.
So I'm gonna use my bracelet of bonfires to see if I can attach one of the beads from it to an arrow and take my longbow and shoot it to like act like it's an exploding arrow that like lands on the ground, like near the charging group of orcs.
Okay.
And I have 2 charges of the bracelet of bonfires left, so unless we're doing just like one round, I'll do that twice to kind of like cause 2 different like explosions to act like I'm some sort of like fiery archer.
Okay. Give
So
me
that
a
would
skill
be
check.
maybe just like an attack with my bow, or should I do there's the bracelet of bonfires more of like a spell since it's casting the bonfire cantrip.
Let's make it a skill. What skill would you like it to be?
I guess I mean it could be Arcana.
I'm trying to convince me somehow. I mean, it could just be a dexterity skill check.
Yeah, I mean, just like a.
Yeah, if you could convince me it's Arcana.
A
never
22.
mind.
So
Yeah.
just kind of shooting it really right near their group, as if I was trying to attack them and explode like right in front of them.
Yeah, actually, so you do this, and the first one lands near a couple of orcs who do the A team, sort of jumping away. Oh no! The other one lands pretty close to the wall, and so the fire another orc sort of dramatically rolls away, but the fire comes up and it hits the heat of a couple of the frost giants that were leaning over. And they blow back with the heat, and they start cheering, and then everybody's rushing over to like where they were, thinking this is the best spot to watch. So yeah, that got the crowd's attention.
All right, so then Ariel jumps in and is gonna do like his greatest hits of thaumaturgy. So the first thing he does is he's gonna use his ascendant step. He's gonna levitate 20 feet up into the air, and then he's going to have his booming voice sort of echo out and say, not even the earth is safe for you. And then there's going to start these tremors in the ground, shaking. And then the orcs are kind of doing this like Star Trek thing where they like lean to one side and they lean to the other side and they kind of wobbling all over the place. And they some of them fall down. And I guess maybe it's like a performance check.
Okay, great.
And I guess I got a 20.
Okay, yeah. That gets quite a reaction from the giants. That they can feel the earth shaking a little bit. Like, ooh, do you feel that shake? Do you feel that shake? And they're looking at you, and they start picking up some what they think are sort of pebbles. They're actually about this big, and they start throwing them at you. They're like, he's up in the air, he's up in the air. So they miss you, but they're pretty excited about the fact that you're floating up there. That's a neat trick. And you've definitely increased the crowd since this fight has started.
Great. All right, Melvin, bring us home.
Right, so I run forward so that I'm as in the middle of everything as I can be. And then I just drop to one knee and I give this, prayer attitude that I'm giving, I cast Word of Radiance, and this burning radiance just erupts from me in all directions, except that I get to choose that it affects anybody. So what I'm actually doing is I'm kind of signaling on the sly to the orcs of like, so they're performing, but I'm signaling to them as this goes off. So I think that's a we'll call it sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Melvin, you should also like singe the giants. You should target the giants if they're within range. I don't know.
It's only 60 feet.
Oh, okay.
13.
Okay. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's definitely dramatic. It's definitely a flash. Some of the orcs take a second or two after you do it to get what you're doing. They didn't pick up on your hand signal, so they're just surprised that they're not being burned. And then, we got it. So at this point, most of the orcs are pretending to be down, and the Jarl starts chanting, "Finish it!" And they all start talking to finish it, finish it, finish it. So is there one grand finale that anyone would like to do? Do we have a volunteer for the
I feel
grand
like
finale?
I feel like the general needs to jump in and show why he's the leader.
Mm-hmm.
How many orcs are there?
There were like 12 at first, and there are maybe 3 or 4 standing. The rest of them are pretending to roll on the ground hurt.
Ben,
You're on
if you're
mute, Ben.
talking, you're muted.
All right, what can I do with a bag of rats and 3 or 4 of them? Right, so I think I'm going to use acrobatics to spin around in a circle like a dervish with my axe, spinning and kind of spin among all 3 of these last remaining orcs, flinging more rodents as I go.
All right.
And bumping into each one of them essentially.
Jay, while he's doing that, can others of us do things as well?
Sure.
So I want to cast Burning Hands. Again, I'm kind of facing away so that it just looks like it's an explosion of flame from kind of, as the fireworks were going off around Thrax.
Okay.
These huge cones of fire just are coming off in the directions he's swinging, just over the heads of the orcs he's attacking.
Okay, great.
Nice.
And then we'll say Celestia is giving you some pony help. So with Melvin's help and Celestia, roll with advantage and add a d4.
Okay. So 12 plus 2, 14.
Okay. I mean, it's spinning, it's chopping, it's firing, it's a finale, which is what they wanted. And the last of the orcs fall down. And at this point, the giants just come storming out. And they're like, yeah, they're cheering. And the Jarl is saying, General, General, General. And a significant number of giants are outside the city gates at this point. And you're estimating like 60 or 70. So you didn't have a precise count of how many were in the city, but reduce the number of inside the city for now. And they're cheering, and maybe you meet them.
How are we going to keep them out here?
Yeah, well, good question. How are we going to keep them out of here? So
Let's have a celebration. Let's have a feast
General,
to celebrate our victory.
Bonfire, yeah.
General,
celebration.
shall we clear the road of these orcs so that we can keep safe passage?
Yes, remove this vermin.
And so I'm gonna start grabbing orcs and like hauling them off in the woods.
Let's
to
start
go,
a feast. Let's
I'll-
light a bonfire.
I'll conjure my floating disc, and you can pile a few on there that we can haul away off into the woods.
Yeah, so working with Khalifa, clear these guys out
Great.
so that they don't get.
Yeah, some of them sort of crawl
accidentally-
on the disc and you just like stand in between them. All right, so they're cheering. They hadn't seen a fly like that in a while, and you know, some of them had obviously placed bets, and the ones who bet on you, they're you know, offering you large things of meat and here, have a barrel of wine like that. So somebody said a bonfire. Somebody said a feast. What was that?
Oh, I think we have a bonfire, right? We have a,
Yeah, like
Bonfire,
feasting might be
let's-
back in the city. We want to keep them out here.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
let's
have
let's
bonfire.
drink this mead with the frost giants.
Feast on
Yeah.
the field of our victory.
Yes, field
I
of
like it.
battle.
So don't we
have
have,
any,
an alchemy jug?
Oh, that's right. Let's.
yes.
You know what goes well with mead is mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise, mayonnaise and mead. It's,
What can you whip up, General? With your
crap,
jug.
Cool Whip.
It's best foods on the it's best foods for Brambrek and maybe Khalifa, is it?
Sorry, what's the question? I'm sorry.
What do they call the most popular brand of mayonnaise in Colorado? Is it Hellman's or is it Best Foods?
Oh,
It's the same
I-
brand, but west of the Rockies, it has a different name.
yeah, I guess I don't
Really?
know. Actually.
I had no idea.
I learned that when I moved to Seattle. The culture shock, man, I'll tell you.
Probably here and in Boulder, it's actually veganese is what we.
Well, I don't think 4 gallons is going to impress the Giants, but 4 gallons of beer would impress the Giants, but 2 gallons of mayonnaise might be something they haven't seen before. So let's pull out the mayonnaise and pass that around. So it's like a cocktail. Do some mayonnaise shots.
All right, they do, and I don't know if you have any like deer residue that you want to pass around with it, but yeah, they sort of poke at it. They're not sure what it is, but it's interesting. And if you mix it with some of the raw deer meat that you had previously, that certainly keeps their interest.
And a recipe for salmonella.
That's
We've
how you're
solved
gonna
the
defeat
giant
them.
problem.
There we go. Yeah, guys, what do we do with these Giants now?
Well, we need to build a big bonfire.
Yeah. So we're
We
gonna
need to
party
get
with the
'em dancing.
Giants. We're gonna keep
And
them out here
isn't
as
Neil
long
gonna
as we
come out at
can.
some point?
Yeah,
He's
we
gonna
need to
come
have
out
a
at some point,
concert.
right? Neil really needs to be here.
Well, if he's his job is just to open up a couple holes. So if he's done that, yeah, he'll wander
I
out.
mean, yeah, he's got to be. This is the perfect time, right? Khalifa has a bracelet of bonfires, but I bet we could just build a regular bonfire.
I'm just imagining a scene that looks like the Ewoks and dancing around that bonfire where we're the Ewoks and the giants are like Luke Skywalker. Right?
Perfect.
That's
Perfect.
what I'm envisioning here.
What do you remember most from that, Melvin?
Yup.
The
Yup, yup.
stormtrooper
Oh,
heads
okay.
that they're banging.
No,
on.
the stormtrooper keyboard,
Drums,
definitely.
yeah.
Yes, the
Yeah.
marimba or drums or whatever they were. Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So do we have any orc helmets that
Oh, I'm sure we have orc helmets that we can make a little keyboard out of.
okay.
And
I like it. I like it.
okay, this is all good. Do some of us need to slip back in and like
Lock the gates.
be sure people are leaving?
I mean,
I'm sure
we've
Neil
had
got
Neil
that
and
started.
Neil and Breezy have that under control?
Yeah, Neil tells you, yeah, it's all going okay. Breezy was getting the word around, and I opened up under the temple, and he said some of the ones who are guarding the mines. Apparently, that's one of the most boring and useless jobs in the city. So they were one of the first ones to leave their posts and go watch the fight. So the mine entrances are open, and he's like, it's like a ghost town in there. There, you certainly see giants, but nothing like what we've seen, in the past day.
all
So
right.
it's
so
a ghost
if
town
we
from a perspective of giants. There certainly are some there, but not nearly as many. She's like, yeah, I think they're gonna, if we can keep these guys out here for a little while, I think we're gonna get quite a few out of the city.
Well, and the gates are self-locking, right? So that they swung open, and then when they closed, we're all stuck.
We're
out
all
here.
locked out. That's right.
Nobody brought their keys.
I
It's
have
like,
no key. Oh, you mean this key?
So while this is going on, I'll use one more paper bird to send a message to the orcs to say that the path to the mines should be clear. If they'd like to set up their camp there, I doubt that they'll be bothered by any giants if they're inside.
Okay, that is sent. So, all right,
Okay, so-
yeah, you have mayonnaise and raw venison. You have a fire going. You've got the alcohol going around.
And Neil's gonna do a little concert, right?
Neil's doing a concert. Most importantly, yes, Neil's doing a concert. Let me roll a performance. Oh, he got a 35 on it. Okay, yeah, great.
So all the giants are enthralled at this point?
Except for three. Three are like really big fans.
Yeah, he does do his enthralling performance, and well, let me roll for the roll to see how the Jarl does. Oh, wait, those should be +3, not +0. Yeah, the Jarl saved, but yeah, it looks like only one of them becomes like a super fan, and that one doesn't speak common; it just speaks giant. So, Thrax, you're reminded of the fact that, oh yeah, I can understand the giant language. That makes a lot more sense now than it used to. So
Right.
Thrax can understand the giant language, so can Melvin and Brambrack, and this guy's just raving about how great Neil is. Neil can't understand a word he's saying.
Like, I'm gonna follow this guy on tour, like across the continent.
Mhm. And they don't seem to have any sense that Neil is any smaller than the rest of you. Like that, they don't get that at all.
Right.
So yeah, you keep them out there, and as these things tend to happen, once the fire gets going, it seems like the sun sets even faster, and it gets a little dark, and they're out there with you till like an hour or two past sunset, and you get a mental sending message. Melvin, you get a sending message that says from the priest. He says, "I don't know how you did it, but we think we've cleared out the city. We've gotten to all the major centers and gotten people out. I don't know how you got them away from the city for so much time, but we're out in the woods. Most of us are southwest of the city. We're scattering different directions, so we'll be hard to follow. Thank you. Melora's blessings upon you. You've done this city immeasurable benefit."
Okay. So I'm going to respond.
I think they're in the cards thing.
Keep giants away from mine. Friendly orcs there. Also beware monks. We go next to, where are we going, guys?
Neverwinter, probably.
Neverwinter. Also, how did you use so many words in sending? Need to know. Stop.
Yeah, totally forgot about that part. All right, so you've gotten word that the city has evacuated, except for maybe a few of the Red Hawks, and you're out here with.
I'm going to pass that around quietly.
All right. So what's the plan now? You're out here. There's a bonfire. There's a bunch of giants. You might be getting a little bored. I mean, how long can you celebrate small folk who slaughtered other small folk.
I think it's time for us
General,
to slip away, right? Yeah, sorry. Go
yeah,
ahead.
well, maybe if I can bend your ear, I don't know if this would be useful or not, but you could indicate to the giants that you, as the general, were going to leave town for a time, and they then might not be expecting to see him, since he is gone, and then they would actually disseminate the message to the Red Hawks for us that General Droost has left. And then, maybe it would be less suspicious. Alternatively, if we could think of a way to tell them, hey, bug off, all the slaves are gone, but I think that might not go over as well. So I think maybe just telling them, yeah, I'm still General Drist, and I'm taking off with these guys for a few days to go seek some mayhem, and you won't hear from me for a little while. Maybe that would be best.
Yeah, sounds like a great idea. So I guess I'll tell the Jarl that I have an important mission to seek out other saboteurs or some sort of thing, and that I want to take my party away for a week.
Yes, do that. He looks back at the city, says, it's after curfew. The city should be quiet by now. All right, the city will be quiet. You go away and do what you want to do. Your men will obey us.
Yes, they will. And I look forward to sitting on the dragon throne with you someday.
You will not sit on the dragon throne.
Yeah, seeing you on the dragon throne
Wormstall
someday.
throne.
Yes.
You will sit in the same room.
Got it. As you said.
Yes. All right. So yeah, they're he mentioned that it's after curfew. He expects the city to be quiet. They start sort of going back into the city. Y'all heading out?
Well, Brambreck, do we need to seek out your sister and make sure that she's going to be safe if we leave now that the city has no more slaves? Where is she?
I assume she's still at the mine, yeah?
Mhm.
That's where we left her.
Mm-hmm.
We can tell the orcs to use my name when they arrive at the mine.
Okay.
They come with my blessing. And
I mean, I can send another paper bird to your sister, or I could just use a spell slot of sending to do a sending to her so she could respond, if you think that would be best, to just let her know, hey, there's a bunch of orcs coming.
I think that would be helpful, but I don't think we need to see her.
Okay.
Go back to the mine.
All right, so I'll cast sending. What's her name again?
Kalia?
I want to cast.
Kalia.
Or
So-
Kira, sorry.
Kira. So I'll cast sending to Kira, to let her know that our orcish allies are coming and should have the ability to hide in the mine, or to enter the mine, and that we have evacuated the city of the innocents. And then we're headed to Neverwinter. And I don't know if she responds or not, but she can because it's sending. You can reply to this message.
Okay. She'll say, give Bloodhawk my love. If the city's dispersed and there's no one else to save from the mine, I'll go rejoin our village. Especially since I assume Brambreck told her that they were no longer scattered from.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
Tell Bloodhawk to come back and see us.
Well, should we, does Breezy find his way to us, or should we?
Of course, Breezy finds his way to you. He like you
He's
know,
very
you're just
resourceful.
walking along and he just appears.
He's like, I've been here the whole time.
He's like looking over your shoulder. What you reading in that book? Yeah.
Well, we have a decision to make. We can teleport here in the night to the outpost outside of Neverwinter, where there's sure to be danger, or we can go find a place to camp in the woods and start hoofing it in the morning.
I vote go to the outpost.
I think,
so we can destroy whoever's there.
I think it sounded like from our previous intelligence that teleportation circle is likely to be heavily guarded by fire giants. So I would advise we don't go right now.
Darn, I wanted to kick some booty.
But we
It's
could-
probably several days by foot, right?
Yeah, what would it be, Jay? I don't know.
Yeah,
3
several
days?
is an understatement. Maybe,
It's just like a week, maybe, or
yeah. I mean, give or take. I don't know exactly, but yeah.
Sorry, we
Teleportation
think the
may be better.
mine, we think the forge or wherever is at Neverwinter.
We think there's a big volcano there that gives it its namesake, that keeps the hot springs kind of, from freezing over. And so we theorized that adjacent volcano to Neverwinter was maybe where the Mithril was headed, to where they were going to be setting up a forge and monk armor building operation. This was just
just
I
a
don't
theory,
think we,
really.
yeah, I don't think we have that as a hard answer.
But we do know
but-
Shogun seems to be based in Neverwinter, so whether or not the volcano is the right place to go or not, I mean, so we could either head straight to the volcano or we could go into Neverwinter and try and gather more intelligence. But I think heading towards Neverwinter is definitely the right thing to do.
Okay.
I think we need to camp for the night. I think we're all pretty spent.
I think a long
And-
rest.
Mm-hmm.
We probably need to get a little ways away from the city and out into the woods and find a place that we can be out of easy reach from any disgruntled frost giants that discover the ruse, which hopefully they won't. So can we bed down out in the woods, and I can make a hut that can fit us all a little bit cozily underneath it, or we can just camp and set a watch like we did in the old days.
I mean, let's just camp,
All right.
sleep the night.
Yep.
All right. Are you setting watches?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
Always.
we're not very far from the city. I guess it would be giants that would be. Okay. But yes, we're setting watches.
What's the watch schedule?
I'll take the first watch.
I'll do the second.
I'll take the dawn watch then.
Okay. Okay. Ariel, give me a perception check.
Sure. I perceive. A 9. I don't perceive anything.
Yeah, it's quiet.
You need to stop looking at the fire. You put your back
It's
to the
like so
fire,
shiny,
look
man.
out.
I love shiny stuff. What can I say?
Melvin, go to sleep. Your watch is in a few hours.
Okay. Passes uneventfully. Brambreck, your watch. Give me a perception check.
8.
All right.
Shiny fire.
Yeah. Yeah. Things are going good. You've had a good day. So Melvin, your watch starts. You expect dawn to come in a couple.
27.
What's that?
27.
27. as you're listening, you hear footsteps coming from a ways off, but they don't sound threatening, as
Like-
footsteps tend to do.
Giant footsteps?
No, human-sized footsteps.
Oh, are they
And
like rustling like monkey, quiet, stealthy ninja
they're
footsteps?
they're very light on their feet. And as you're sitting near, your fellows are asleep. You're sitting near the campsite, and a woman walks out of the woods, and she's wearing a green dress with a Melora symbol on it, and the moonlight is light enough that you can see her hair is green also. She says, "Hello, friend. Quite a good day for the city of Mirabar, wasn't it?"
It was still not Mirabar's best, but it was better than many that have come before.
And she says, "Well, it seems like Pekla certainly did a good job saving this city." But she smiles as she said it. It's obviously a joke that she says.
Of course, I just had not been thinking about Pekla Rabak nearly enough.
She says, "Oh, people will believe the silliest things, but in all seriousness, you and your friends have done a great service, not only to Mirabar, but to the whole area. Giants are destructive, giants are chaotic, giants are messy. The less giants around, the better. I've always felt that way."
I think you mean fewer.
Ah, very insightful. You're an erudite servant of the wonderful Melora, who gives us great trees and fish and stuff.
Messy giants.
Does Melora give us giants? Is that how you feel?
They're aspects of nature as well.
Many things are aspects of nature.
Most things, but there are some things, extraplanar demons that people make bargains with, things like that simply
Generally-
don't fall under her purview.
Generally not recommended. If you're going to make a bargain with something, I recommend it to be something firmly based in this plane. So,
Wise words.
you and your friends, where are you off to now?
I'm interested what your interest is in what we're doing next.
Well, you are very good at what you do. And I've noticed, I'm approaching you because I've noticed the cloud giants are making quite a mess of the city of Waterdeep. Quite a mess. It's just, they act like they're more cultured than other giants, but they're just making a mess of the place. They're digging holes everywhere. They're making the humans dig holes everywhere. And to be honest, I've got a soft spot for Waterdeep. I think it's a great city. I've been there many, many times. And you and your fellows are so good at what you do. I recommend you go clear those giants out. Get them out of that wonderful city.
So, have we met before? You seem familiar.
We have not met before. We keep missing each other. And I want to say it's unfortunate that we keep missing each other, but actually it is fortunate, because the first time we almost ran into each other, you and your friends were so full of energy and vigor, and you would have tried to kill me, you and your friends, and I would have without question killed all of you. And that would have been such a shame, because you've gone on to do such great things getting rid of these giants. So I'm sorry we've missed each other. And she looks at you with her very green eyes. I'm sorry we've missed each other, but it probably is for the best.
See. And while we would be off in Waterdeep saving this, delightful town that you love so much, what would you be occupying yourself with if you're so powerful as you claim? Why aren't you dealing with these cloud giants?
Oh, giants and my people, it just, things get more messy when my people deal with giants. As messy as giants are by themselves, it gets even messier when we get involved.
I don't want to say you people. That just seems very rude to me. But who are you people? Your people, excuse me. I'm so sorry.
Yes. Oh, for someone so in touch with nature, and she grooms her green hair. Someone so in touch with nature. I think you know. I think we almost ran into each other once, but I vacated that place before you came back. And I think if you think about it enough, more Laura will give you the answer.
I see. Okay. Well,
Do you want to roll a check, or do you?
I think I know who it is. So, you know, she's a, how do I put this? A Peckler box supporter. Well, I think the question in my mind would be, if we bunged the cloud giants out of Waterdeep, what would you be able to help us do in exchange? Because there are priorities and ideas and things going on all over the place, and for us to decide,
Aren't there always?
of
Aren't there
course,
always?
for us to decide we need to go to Waterdeep, you know,
All right, we seem to be wrapping up.
how exactly might we see that as the right course of the best course of action for everyone involved?
Oh, well, I mean, you care about your fellows living in that city. I'll tell you, they're working them very hard. The cloud giants, they're making the humans dig holes throughout the city. They're punishing them by dropping them in little cages, and then they forget that they're there, and the humans stay in those cages for days. Sometimes they starve to death. It's the cloud giants are telling themselves they're benevolent, but they're ignorant and savage. It's they're destroying the people, and they're destroying the city. It's full of holes. You wouldn't believe it.
What are they digging for? What do they hope to find?
I don't know. Gold, isn't that what they usually like? I don't know. They're just, who knows what they want. They're
Cloud giants, though, they're
large
so
monkeys. That's all they are.
so cerebral. They always have their heads in the proverbial cloud.
They think they are, but no, the larger the monkey, the stupider they are. And yeah, they act more cultured than the hill giants and stuff, but no, they don't know anything. I think it's inversely proportional to their size. Your little friend with the drums there could probably outthink all of them. I don't know, they're just digging. They're digging in the ground.
Tell me this. Are they looking for the worm skull throne?
Yeah. What is that? Ooh.
You don't know?
Oh, the thing the giants used to, that gruesome thing the giants used to have, that's
That
disgusting.
terrible, disgusting thing. That's what this fight appears to be about.
Are they looking? You're asking if they're looking? I don't know what they're looking for.
Okay.
That's disgusting if that's what they're looking for.
I
That's like
concur
someone cutting off your head
entirely.
and sitting on your skull.
But among us and my brethren, those kinds of thrones are a dime a dozen. I mean, look at the orcs. Look at the orcs. I mean, they love skull thrones.
Oh, skull thrones. Well,
So,
skull thrones of humanoids. I mean, you have such short lifespans anyway. How do you notice when somebody lives or somebody dies? But dragons live for centuries, ideally.
fair enough. Fair enough.
So it's sad that you have such short lifespans, but that does lead to lots of humanoid skulls.
So I guess my other question, because I know, my good friend sleeping here, motioning to Ariel, would be very angry at me if I didn't ask where the central focus of Pekla Rabak resides these days.
They seem to be pretty scattered about.
There isn't a particular parsonage that you might help us find if we decided we're headed towards Waterdeep.
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay. Sorry, just catching up on the back channel.
Oh dear. Hasn't changed any of your mind, has it?
They're digging in the wrong place. Okay, well, I appreciate the kind words of encouragement, and
I appreciate the services you have done. The fewer giants around, the better. Always keep that in mind.
yeah. I hope the next time we meet it is under such favorable circumstances and such collegial terms.
Indeed. I should be going. I have a very long walk. My feet will get quite tired.
Undoubtedly.
She walks off into the forest.
Okay. Well, when the folks awake, I share the news of our green visitor and relate her suggestion that, for the good of, who knows, maybe Pekla Rabak, maybe us, maybe the city, that Waterdeep should be on our list of potential places to go, although that's kind of a long way from here.
We've been there the once.
And they're the ones.
We have a means of teleporting to Waterdeep too, don't we?
Yeah.
We do.
Who was our green visitor?
I think it's the dragon who is with Cooper Black, probably.
Yep.
Oh, you
But
think
she gave me no information on where Cooper Black himself might be found.
Okay.
Of all the times for her to visit,
Do dragons normally take human form?
It's not unheard of.
We had that silver dragon who did the same in Barovia.
well, and green dragons are notoriously
Devious.
tricky and devious and like to meddle in human affairs, manipulating governments and trying to sometimes play two sides against one another.
I don't know that I believed her. Jay, can I roll an insight check and
You can.
any kind of
It's gonna be a pretty high DC, I'm afraid.
got a 20?
Let me see. Where are my dice?
Yeah, some might say that a green dragon counts among its horde the number of powerful, civilizations that it holds under its sway, and not just material wealth.
Okay. I mean, she's not trustworthy. Yeah. So you got to really get into.
I'm wondering, did she have anything like our best interests at heart?
No.
Okay.
You're a tool.
Yeah.
I mean, when she said good job killing all those giants or taking care of all those giants, she meant that.
Yeah.
But you're a tool to be used.
But she's not, for instance, pulling us into a trap where Cooper Black is waiting for us in Waterdeep?
I mean, that's a very specific question.
Where? I didn't have the sense that she was trying to pull one over on us.
Yeah, nothing, probably nothing that crude.
Okay. All right. And the cloud giants are digging for something, but I don't know what. Neither did she. She was revolted at the concept that they might be trying to find the worm skull throne.
I think that's a pretty good idea. I think that's a good thought.
Seemed the cloud giants might be the most likely to think that they were entitled to displace the storm
And
giants.
Did we have some indication? I can't remember that it actually may have once been near Waterdeep. I thought we may have done.
I don't recall.
I thought like Waterdeep used to be a place where I don't remember now.
Somebody give us a history check.
Yeah, right. Or memory check.
I'll say between all of you, yeah, it was an ancient giant capital called Astoria. She referred to it as Astoria instead of Waterdeep because it is an ancient giant capital. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not implausible that it's there. So we need to have Gothrax dig a hole, sit on the thing, and everything will be better.
I like it.
We got to go to the map room first and have a staff of exactly the right height.
Yeah,
Well, the question is, do we need to go to the forge first?
take back
Yeah.
1 cubit for the Hebrew god.
That's right.
But in Latin, their J is spelled as an I.
All right.
All right,
Is this
can we
a
take a
good-
long rest?
Sure. This may be a good time to call it a night.
And we
This
should
is
be
a-
thinking about if we're going to
I think,
bite on
yeah,
the
let's
Waterdeep thing or
let's
just
take-
head to Neverwinter.
let's discuss what would be the best plan. I mean, before we call it, I mean, I don't want to draw it out too much longer, but yeah, I think we could get to either one equally fast with teleportation, but we know that Neverwinter is essentially similarly to Mirabar, still kind of being oppressed. And although this untrustworthy green dragon, whose name I guess you didn't catch, or she refused to divulge, tells us that they have the humans working for them. The cloud giants were at least giving the illusion of like a mutually beneficial lordship, and they weren't just like enslaving them, although any resistance they were completely like punishing and like tossing out into the ocean and stuff. So I mean, they were I guess still oppressing them somewhat, but between the two, the people of Neverwinter may be in more immediate danger, but Waterdeep may give us a better lead on both the worm skull throne and maybe Cooper Black if the dragon seeks us out again.
The dragon is in league with Cooper Black, and she wants us to go to Waterdeep. I think we can assume Cooper Black wants us to go to Waterdeep. And if we're being used as pawns, then we would be doing some favor for Cooper Black if we go there. And that
Unless that's
all
what
of
she
that
wants
makes
us to
me-
think.
Unless that's what she wants. Layers.
Layers all the way down,
layers.
layers upon layers, man.
I think that makes me that inclines me to think that Neverwinter, freeing Neverwinter first from at least, eliminating Shogun's ability to continue acting as an ally or potential ally of Cooper Black as well, seems like a important thing to do.
Well, yeah, we have no idea how we're going to free either place, but we at least have a target in Neverwinter, which is to like seek out Shogun. Whereas in Waterdeep, we just know that the dragon says go there and get rid of the giants. But we've already been there, and we didn't have any good leads, even though we talked with the open hand of Waterdeep, and Neil has his connections with the shadowy cabal that leads the place or whatever. And so we'd kind of be starting over there too. Yeah, I do feel a little suspicious that just going there because the Green Dragon told us so might not be in our own interest right now. But clearly we're going to need to go there eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't think there's any reason to listen to the dragon.
If we
Ariel?
Yeah, I'm torn because prior to the dragon appearing, I thought perhaps Neverwinter was starting to be a lead because we could at least maybe track down the set of items that might be needed to deal with the Ultraloth, though that was a very roundabout way to get to Cooper Black. This the Green Dragon does seem like a more direct lead than the Ultraloth because we weren't even sure we would make the deal with the Ultraloth. But both places are, I would say, a pretty flimsy lead. So if people feel like we would do more direct good in Neverwinter, I don't feel strongly we need to go one place or another because both places are a pretty flimsy lead at present. If we had something more direct to go on, I'd feel more strongly about where to go. But at the moment, I'd be fine to go to either place.
Rex has no opinion.
Yeah, I'm just given what we know of what you all have shared about green dragons, I'm skeptical that we should just like jump on what she wants us to do.
Yep.
And I'll also say that as all of you wake up, you feel more experienced, more powerful, and you feel level, what is it, level 13? What are you at now?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yep.
wow.
Level up.
Yeah. Nice.
Damn.
Very cool.
All right.
Even Neil and Breeze.
They level down. Yeah, to keep the total group, they go down 3 levels as you go up 1 to keep
It
the
evens
total.
out.
Mhm.
Nice. All right.
All right. Well,
I think Neverwinter.
I think we're leaning towards Neverwinter, and
Yeah.
I think as far as
Unless
the way
wait.
to approach there, I think I'm offering to teleport us, knowing that we might teleport right into something that's guarded.
You know what would be closer? We could go to Luskan, which is the pirate city, and we could just become pirates. We could just throw this whole thing.
We'll change
to
a
the
career
wind.
change. Yep.
Exactly.
Midlife crisis.
Yep.
Like we're level 13 now. Where else is there to go? We've done this before.
I mean, Luskan is on the way to Neverwinter. It's also a place where we could potentially charter a boat to take us.
Didn't we look at boats
Fast.
before and they were really
Dude.
slow?
Did look at boats.
They were
Boats are no
surprisingly
good.
slow.
They were surprisingly slow because it's a week to walk.
Everything seems slow when you hang with a wizard.
Fair.
So, Jay, I've got to ask. Maybe it's just because I was in, Thrax had more improv than he usually does, but I felt like we really had no idea what was going to happen next or what our plan was more than usual this session. And I was curious if it was the same for you.
Oh yeah. My plans for this session were to show up and say, what do you want to do? So I hope it was okay, because
Yeah, we're great.
Yeah.
We're great.
Yeah.
I mean,
I gotta
I
say-
thought y'all did a great job with the battle. So yeah.
It's the faux battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mock battles are lots of fun.
Battle. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like we were sort of done with the mirror bar at the start of the session. You just had to sort of wrap it up. And so my question was, how are you going to wrap it up? Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Hope that's okay.
Good seeing all y'all. Thanks a lot, Jay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Check out-
good night, guys.
Everybody have
Check
a
out
good
the
night.
7th level
Thanks. Have a
spell.
good week, everyone.